Tell you what, very interesting week. A lot of comments about the general manager, what Joe Hortiz has said, and what the players had to say about Jim Harbaugh. And this is kind of a surprise story. Let me walk through this. Joe Hortiz, the general manager, goes to the combines. One sentence one day, he says, I can live with my salary cap with both Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on one-year contracts. The next day, he's dropping hints that he just may not pay Joey Bosa $25 million. He may release him and get rid of the cap space. Then the next day, there are reports that not only are they talking about letting Bosa go, they're letting Gus Edwards, the tough guy running back, go, and letting the overpaid guard Trey Pipkins go. That would clear another $35 million to go on top of the $63 million in cap space they already have. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens by the first day of the league new financial year, which is March 10th. Chargers are going to make some transactions here. Now, what I don't understand, though, is the other story that filtered out of Indianapolis. They have the 20th pick in the first round. They desperately need offensive line support for the quarterback, Justin Herbert. They need a running back. Probably need some more defense. They spent a lot of time in interviews with the tight end from the University of Michigan, Cortland Loveland. You'd spend your number one pick at 20 on a tight end and not a really good offensive lineman? And then they met with Texas wide receiver Matthew Golden, whose stock has jumped. You're going to spend a number one on a wide receiver? I mean, the last number one wide receiver was Quentin Johnston. How'd that work out? And you're not going to go get a quality offensive lineman in front of your quarterback? And then they talked about Ashton Jeanty, Boise State, heavy-duty running back. But dude's not going to be there at number 20, which means you'd have to spend currency to trade inside maybe the top 10 picks to get him. And again, you're going to do that, get Jeanty, or get the tight end, or get the wide receiver, and you haven't solved the offensive line deficiency in front of Justin Herbert? I think, to me, is really strange. So three layers of storylines involving Joe Hortiz, the general manager. And the other story, last week on Friday, the NFL Players Association released a survey of all the players in the league who rated the organizations, rated the ownership, rated the coaches, etc. Jim Harbaugh was ranked 26th out of 32 coaches by his own players, 26th for player feedback. Players are upset that he does not take input from any of his players. It's his team. I understand it's his team trying to create his culture. But he was ranked 26th in terms of interaction with his players and listening to what his players have to say. And he was ranked 32nd and dead last in what they call time efficiency. And the players on the survey, the Charger players said, we're tired of listening to these speeches that go on and on about Shakespeare and quoting all this other stuff rather than talking football. Too many meetings going too long about non-football things. He'd be like one of your favorite professors at UCSD up on the hill. What the hell are you quoting Chaucer for in a team meeting? A lot of these guys don't know who Chaucer was. So I was really surprised at that. So respond to Hortiz and what's important versus what he's doing. And how would you have voted for Harbaugh?
Yeah, well, the Hortiz angle of it is, to me, they're just, it's like AJ Preller. They talk to everybody. They don't know what kind of trade offers people are going to make. And if suddenly there was a way to get in the top 10, well, why not have a plan and confirm who that would be? To me, these are all contingencies. Yeah, they got to get an offensive lineman. Absolutely. And probably defensive line if Mack and Bosa leave. But the other part about Harbaugh really surprised me because I always thought of him as a player's coach, and obviously he's not. I mean, clearly he's not. But a great leader is someone that knows how to motivate each of the teammates in their own special, individualized way. They get to know each player, get to understand their hot buttons. So why wouldn't you listen and incorporate some of those suggestions, if the good suggestions, of course, and try to integrate that just to prove to your players that you're listening to them and therefore kind of build a kind of a greater bond and culture.
Who the hell is Chaucer? Why are you quoting Shakespeare in a 45-minute meeting
Yeah.
that went on and on and on.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's him and his tent revivals, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what you always love talking about with him. But I think sometimes Harbaugh just likes hearing himself speak all the time. But
yeah, we know somebody else that does the same damn thing. Okay, so if you're into the NFL, you got a comment on the Chargers or prior topic, comment on the Rams. Hey, Fans Forum chat box is open. There is no excuse for you not to participate because we do sports talk the way it should be done.